Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to our channel. Today I'm going to solve some questions, important questions, and they are going to help you a lot. As you can see in the first question, a bag contains red marbles, green and blue marbles only. The ratio of the number of the marbles of each color is given. As you can see, 12 represents the red color, 5 represents green color, and 2 represents blue color. There are 112 more red marbles than green marbles. Be careful that they discuss only the red marbles and the green marbles. So we are going to discuss only the ratio of red marbles and green marbles only. So they mention here that there are red marbles more than green. So how many green marbles? We don't know. How many red marbles? We really don't know. Let's think about this. For example, if I say that there are X green marbles, so the red marbles are more than the green marbles. How many more? They are going to be 112 more marbles than the green marbles. Now focus on the ratios. Yes, look at the ratios. What is the ratio between the two quantities? Yes, if you look at this, the green represents 5, so I write 5 here. Red represents 12, so I write 12 here. I need the value of x, that's 5. And let's cross multiply each other. So it's going to be 12x and 5 times x plus 1, 1, 2. Let's open the brackets. So it's going to be 12x, it's going to be 5x, and this is going to be, that makes 560. So I need x, I move 5x to the left and it becomes negative 5x. It's going to be 7x and this is 560. 7 will move to the right and divide. 7 will move to the right and divide 560 divided by 7. So x going to be 80 marbles. Now 80 represents which x, and x represents green. So it means green marbles are 80. But they are looking for the blue marbles. So let's follow the ratios again. What we have ratios between green and blue. Look at the last two. These two. So ratio of green is 5, ratio of blue is 2. We have green marbles. How many green marbles? We have green marbles 80. How many blue marbles? We don't know how many blue marbles are there. Let's cross multiply. It's going to be 5 times B and 2 times 80. So blue marbles is 2 times 80 divided by 5. So it's going to be 2 times 80 divided by 5. It's going to be 32. So there are 32 blue marbles in the bag. There are 32 marbles in the bag. Please note it down. Take your time so that I can move to the next question. Okay, let's continue. Move on to the next question. The next question is, yes, we have a diagram here. Calculate the area of the triangle. Okay, for the area of the triangle, for the part A, you are looking for the area of the triangle, and the very basic formula of the area of triangle is half times base times height. That's a very basic formula. So as you can see, the height is 8.5 times, yes, 10.8. Let's calculate. It's going to be 8.5 times 10.8 divided by 2. This gives you 45.9 centimeter square. That's the area of the triangle. This is what they asked you in the first part. Let's take on the second part, part B. They ask for the perimeter. It means I must add this length, I must add this length, and I must add this length. But the problem is this length is not given, which is the hypotenuse in this right angle triangle. For this, yes, to calculate hypotenuse, we use the Pythagoras theorem, which says different people narrate this theorem in different ways. Some people narrate in this way, some people write in this way, and some people write in this way. So it doesn't make any difference how do you write this theorem. But the important thing is, before the sign of equality, you must write your hypotenuse. So we have hypotenuse here, which is not given, that must be calculated. Then we have 8.5 square, then we have 10.8 square. Okay, let's calculate 8.5. This gives you 72.25. Then we have 10.8 times 10.8, and this gives you 116.64. Let's add them together. It's going to be 73.25. That makes 188.89. That's the hypotenuse. No, that's the square of the hypotenuse. To remove the square, we must take the square root on both sides. Yep. Remember, both sides. So let's take the square root of this. It's 188.89, and that gives you 13.744. But I'm looking for the perimeter, and for the perimeter, we must add 8.5 with 10.8 with 13.744. Let's add them together. 8.5 plus, one minute, boys. 8.5 plus 10.8 plus 13.4744. That gives you 30.044, or in three significant figure, it's going to be 30 centimeters. This is your required perimeter. That's your part B. We started from here, the part B. Please note it down. I move on to the next question. Take your time. I give you some time so you can note down these questions, these solutions. Yes, I hope you have noted down. Let's move on to the next question. Yes. Ria invests 30,000 at a rate of this much, and be careful, it's a compound interest. Look at this, they mention here it's a compound interest. For the compound interest, we must recall the formula, and the formula for the compound interest is A is equals to P times bracket 1 plus R over 100 to the power n. where P stands for the principal amount which is given $30,000. The rate of interest decided is 2.5 divided by 100 and for it happens for the 7 years. Let's see, let's calculate how much this amount is. You also calculate as well. 2.5 divided by 100 plus 1. So it's going to be with power 7, yes, and times 30,000. It gives us 35,660.572611. But the problem is they mention here clearly in nearest dollar. In nearest dollar, it's going to be 35,661, means $35,661. Since they mention here what the value of an investment at the end of 7 years, so the investment becomes from 30,000 to 35,000. But if they ask you how much interest earned, in this question, they did not ask you, but if they ask you how much interest earned in this 7 year, then what you do if they ask you, if they, I repeat, if they ask you about the interest, what you do, the amount that you have earned after 7 years subtracted from the original amount. Let's calculate. Give me a minute. It's going to be $5,661 if they ask you about the interest. But since in this question they did not ask you about the interest, therefore this is your required answer. And this is an additional, and this all about the additional information. If they ask you, then you will do in this way. Please note it down. Okay, boys, I hope you have noted down. So let's move to the next question. Okay, expand and simplify. Let's see how do we open the two brackets. We have first bracket with m minus 3. The other bracket is m plus 2. So let's get into detail. I use the first number m here and write down the second bracket as it is. Then I use the second number which is minus 3 and write down the second bracket without any change. Let's multiply. So m times m will give you m square. Now m times 2 will give you 2m. This is minus 3m and this is minus 6. As you can see, there are two like terms. Yes. So yes, we can add or subtract it. If you look at the signs are different. The terms are going to be subtracted. So your final answer will be m squared. 3 minus 2 will give you 1, m minus 6. But the question is sign. Sign, always we use the sign of the bigger number, which is minus. Therefore, it's going to be minus m. This is your final answer after expanding the two brackets or simplification. Please note it very carefully. Remember each and every step. Okay, let's move for the next question. Okay, no, that's it. That's all for today. Inshallah ta'ala, we will sit again for the next upcoming questions, next upcoming videos in which we will discuss such questions. Thank you very much. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.